Привет из Дубая. С вами передача «Голубь мира», где разбираем крутые навыки. Спрашиваем на английском, отвечаем на русском. Подтягивайте язык или смотрите перевод в тайм-кодах. Let's talk about pricing and let's start with the definition.
When you develop a good or a service, you should think how much you want to earn from it. And there is several ways how to understand. First is to go to see how competitors do. For example, they have price like $5 and you think, okay, I will make more or less or the same. Second, you should calculate how many already resources have you spent. And for example, it would be like a 6 and you will decide, okay, I want also have a margin like I don't know $1, so I would sell it like a 7. But after several months, you have your sales, you have your digits, you have your numbers, and you should discuss with your team or maybe inside of yourself, is it enough or no? And there are several ways how to make pricing higher and lower. If you want to make it lower, you should work on a bigger scale and you should have a good negotiation skill to talk with your suppliers. If you want to make it high, you should add something to your good or to your service to make it more valuable.
And actually, when it comes to like deciding like where exactly to go, like what kind of framework or mindset or maybe like context you should embed into your thinking or maybe in thinking of your team who actually will help you with this in order to define what might be the right way for the right time or maybe even for the right customer.
I was working in a bank, in commercial bank, in investment bank, in transactional bank. So I have seen a lot of different techniques, but which I like a lot is this, I will describe in short. You should divide your customers, for example, in 5 grades or 5 basket by their volume or by their salary or by their income, and also by age. So you will have like yappy, you will have like young family, you will have like people who has already 2 child, then you'll have like people who are going to have a pension and also active pensioner who are not intended to go to the work. And we'll have this like 5 multiply with 5, 25 baskets, and you should calculate which basket suits you more. And it is a very big mistake to work with all of these baskets. They have different needs, they have different thinking about your product, they have different loyalty, and you should find several, like 5 to 7, which are more suitable for your technique, for your technology, for your process, for your service, or for your good.
And when it comes to leveraging the pricing to either attract the customers or maybe even to prevent the customers, like from engaging with you, what might be the strategy? And probably here, I would say like I'm guilty because like I was using your advice or hint that you give and give the hint to someone else because the person was thinking, okay, should I really say no or engage? So I said, okay, like what is your price that you really would love to get in order to work with this like a toxic customer? So immediately, like it actually helped the person to negotiate correctly and get the good price, but still, like working with not so good customer. So how you should leverage the price when it comes to engagement or disengagement.
Let's talk on examples. For example, we have an old lady which spend with you per year like $30, and but she will call you several times per month to know the balance, and also he will make some appeals and some quarrels and some questions. So you will spend, for example, like $50 to work with her. And there is another guy, for example, he will give you like I don't know 100,000 US dollars and will forget about this. So he will never come to the bank. He will never open your door. He will never make a call. And if you will make calculations, suddenly you will realize that you should have like, I don't know how to say, черту отсечения, line of cutting line.
Golden cut, probably.
Golden cut. So you should decide. For example, you do not want to work with customers who make more than 5 calls per year. You do not want to work with customers who open your door, for example, 4 times per year. No one knows, but you should understand that when someone make a call, this is usage of your line, usage of your server, usage of your operator's time. When someone's open the door, this is usage of, I don't know how to say this, петли. Oops.
Hinge.
hinges and so on, and also your carpets you should clean, you should wash, and so on. So first you should understand which customers you do not want to service. For example, we have with my wife dentistry in the middle of Moscow, and we sometimes make high price for special clients, usually for my friends, for my pupils we give discounts, but for people who make a lot of noises and who for example often going to be late and a bit rude, we make prices higher. And if they pay, we are happy to have these customers. If they say, oh, come on, you are now become so expensive, we will leave you. So they are in angry going to leave us, but we are happy also. So if you're dealing with your pricing, you should be always happy, or extra money. And okay, you will be patient with rudeness of your client, or if you will hear something nice, you will say, okay, I will give you a discount. You know, there is a saying in a Ukrainian cafe in Lvov. There is a plakat, how to say? Poster.
Poster.
There is a poster. One coffee, like 5 euros. One coffee, please, 4 euros. One coffee, please, today is a good day, 3 euros, and something like this. So sometimes you want to be at work and to feel yourself as a person, not as an automation tool which does just give coffee or some other services.
And sometimes, let's say, like when it comes to mass services, let's say like for food delivery or maybe like a car, like a health services. So obviously there are also might be the things that should, be considered. Let's say sometimes the time of the machine or the vehicle or the delivery, like a road or whatever, might be relatively cheap. So it's better to like cut the price. Or sometimes, let's say when I was living in Singapore, like when there is a rain and it's like a huge tropical rain, there is no way you can get like everything delivered on time, and hence there is a surge in price. So how to embed all of these factors, like when we're trying to build the model, in order to still please the customers but not really ruin your operations?
You should understand that you couldn't have profit from all your operations. Okay, if you are consultant and if you are dealing in manual mode, yes, you could price or charge your client directly, multiplying by hours and your difficulties. But if you're working, for example, with hundreds or even more customers, you should have a balanced line, and some will be serviced under this line and some above, but you should calculate this line monthly. And for example, if you cut your expenses for short time, you should understand that it will never stand for a long. So all your competitors could also cut the line, or maybe there is just seasoning reason. So better not to cut prices. Give your customers something extra. For example, small sweet, small drink, and something like this. Be more patient, be more polite. But it is very easy to cut prices, but it is very hard to rise them up.
And now I would like us to look into I would say like individual services prices, because like at certain point of time, some of us might be like giving certain services to other people. So how we would evaluate ourselves, and how we would think about, like evolving our skills in order to, like maybe increase the price, or, like find a way to actually make it sensible for ourselves.
There is a Jewish saying, there is two fools on the market. One is selling and another is trying to buy. So if you are comparing yourself to someone else, maybe you are not good enough, but no one knows. You remember this theory of games when we were talking about the market? It could be lemon one or peach one, but usually it is a lemon one. So everyone who goes on the market should understand that quality is not guaranteed. And if you will think, okay, I will cut my price and I will get more customers, this is not working in this way. Usually this is about your naming, this is about your celebrity, this is about knowledge about your product. And if you are talking to everyone, if you are standing on the market for a long term, you will win. For example, let's take in comparison McDonald's and KFC. McDonald's will be always on the first place because he started early. And the same would be with Cola and Pepsi. It always almost the same. And blind test shows that people like Pepsi even more, but Cola started in a first row. So you should understand that on the ladder of the brands, of the products, you are sometimes at the edge or in the middle, but this is not a reason to change your price. You should stand on the ground, and you should understand, if you have enough money, you could develop yourself, your company, your product. If you will be lack of resources, you will lose your employees, and you will stand and service your customers by yourself. It would be like a slavery.
Well, I do believe for my next question, probably all of the barbarians that stay below the gate would make some noise. But when it comes to like giving discounts or like doing some sort of like a favors to your customers, again, like we already kind of touched this question, but when it comes to the policies of like giving anything, what they should be and how they will affect the brand and the pricing and the business itself.
Usually there are several type of customers. Some of customers, they want to be cool, and they never asking, is it possible to make it cheap? Okay, service as usual. Some would come and tell you a pity story that they have some troubles, they have some difficulties, they have not full budget, so they want to have something cheaper. And you could give advice how to work with your products and service in cheaper level. For example, when in dentistry we work with such people, we are saying, okay, we could give you anesthesia not for 5 or 9,000 rubles, but we also have cheap one for 300 rubles. Maybe it would be a bit painful and your jaw will not work for several hours, but it's quite cheaper, 30 times cheaper. But best way is to educate your customers. For example, you will say, okay, if you want to make it cheaper, give me money in advance and I will arrange everything when it will be comfortable for me. For example, you want to buy like a bike or you want to buy a chair, and I have not too many chairs and I have already a lot of placed orders and I would want to sell them. I have no reason to give you discount. But for example, I will tell you, okay, Maxim, I will go to my supplier next week, and if you give me like $200, maybe this is not a whole price, but this money will not be returned to you. I will deliver your chair and I will make you a call, and you will definitely have this chair cheaper, but in time when I like it. The same right now in Russia, there is a service which called Yandex.Go, and when you order a taxi, you have several options. You have a usual price, and also you have price if you agree to wait like for 15 minutes, it would be cheaper. And there are another option. If you want, you could tell us the price, and if the price will fall down, we will make you push.
Well, then my last question will be how knowing about pricing would help to make this world a better place.
You know, pricing is it's a maybe major question in our life. When we trying to find our spouse, when we think where to live or which school or higher educational institution to choose, in which company work, which suit or dress to buy, we think, is it suitable for us or no? We think about money, we think about people understanding, we think how we evaluate ourselves. And if you will try all the life, live like in a 5% in advance, we will grow. But if we will stay on the same level, we will never get something more than usual people. There are several kind of people. First, they just live like a small wooden piece which is flow by the river. Another people, they are trying to be part of the house or part of the bridge, and they want to have stability and to be solid. But some people, they want, okay, if I even floating in the river or in the ocean, sometimes I would become a ship and I will see a beautiful islands. So you could have several points in your life, or to stay as you are, or to be a bit developed and to become solid, or to use all your life to become better. And to become better is also mean to produce much better services, much better goods, and to sell them on the high price.
Становитесь кораблями и надувайте паруса денежными потоками. А мы рассмотрели навык ценообразования и чем он полезен именно вам. Всем мира!